Jump the gun.
And we're live. Love the first minute
there it is.
before it really gets going.
It's my favorite part of the show, really.
It really is. Just unfiltered. You can say anything you want.
Is this playing the intro right now or no?
Oh, no.
No. We're fully just talking.
Live listeners.
We're fully live right now. Okay.
Yeah, we're just fully live. We're just out here.
Cool.
We just give them a minute, because then they go, all right, who are these guys? What are they about to talk about? Let them get hooked, bring the people to us. And then, Sam, you sent that in the chat?
I did send it in the chat, yeah. And
we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
It's one of the fastest pushes of all time. It's a world record.
3, 2, 1. Philly!
Hello, everybody. Hello, Philadelphia. Welcome back once again to yet another edition of the Wolves of Broad Street podcast. As always, my name is Ryan Conway, and joining me here is my illustrious co-host and wartime consigliere, Sam Glavin. And, of course, we have our producer behind the glass, Seamus G. Not with us this evening, but he did prep the stats. He did make it happen for us regardless. And stay tuned for those highlights coming soon. Sam, we've got a lot to talk about in the world of Philadelphia sports. But first, allow me to introduce our very special guest here. We got Kyle Peggett, host of the Everything's Fine podcast, man on the street videos, out the ass. Some of the funniest things I've ever seen, showing the real side of the Philadelphia fan. Kyle, How you doing, man?
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, you guys have a producer. That's some big time shit right there.
Hey, man, what can we say? Gotta aim big, gotta feel good throughout the whole situation. We got Design Tree in the chat. We're already person? Big time. Yeah, it's a real person. This is a human. And he doesn't like our producer, Design Tree. Not a fan of our producer, but we love him.
Yeah, we love him.
But we love him. Kyle, we've had so much go on. Yeah. Just this past weekend, mostly in the realm of the Eagles game. I saw you were down at the link. What was the scene kind of like down there when you're hanging out?
Well, Michael Barkham wouldn't have liked it, I'll tell you that. I got down there.
That's such a rat.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy because I've tried to have him on a bunch of times. He put our shirt on CSN Live, and then people are like, "Well, you got to be nice to him." I'm like, I don't know how to do jack shit. Nick Sirianni wore my shirt. I don't give a fuck. Thanks for the bottom line. But at the end of the day, you coaching football to win or you coaching football to lose. And thank God in the last couple of weeks, he's been coaching to win. And that'll help with shirt sales in the end of things. But anyway, we got down in fourth quarter. And, dude, the line at Xfinity was already around the corner, both sides. By the time the fourth quarter was over, 4,000 to 5,000 people had to walk by me. I had over probably 15 to 30 minutes of film before the fourth quarter was over.
Wow.
Leaving the game early shit is I agree with it a lot more if it's a Sixers game or a Phillies game, ones that there's a lot of them. What if it's 8-1 in the Phillies game, why are you staying to the ninth inning? Eagles games, I go to 1 a year, so maybe I'll probably stay even if it's a 26-point blowout. But if you're a season ticket holder and you do this every week, and this is second nature to you, you've seen them won, you've seen them all. You've seen blowouts, you've seen blowouts on both sides. So get the hell out of the stadium. I mean, they have designed it right to get us out of there. So,
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, we've been season ticket holders for a while, and my dad, the impatient person that he was, especially dragging my ass around when I was 10 years old, he's like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here, man. This is terrible. And that's also when the Eagles were horrible. Yeah. So that was I didn't understand Barkhan's beef with you got to do what you got to do. And that's what I think Philadelphia is You get your shit done. Do what you have to do. Get your shit done and get the fuck out.
There's 40 people too.
Yeah, who cares?
It wasn't there was a mob scene, and there was oh my god, look at these guys. There's 40 guys that left.
Yeah, if I didn't read the caption of the tweet, I wouldn't know what the photo was of. I would just think it was a grainy photo of the side of the link. And I would be like, okay, Mike, I guess he's an older guy. He doesn't know that the digital zoom impacts picture quality. He doesn't know these things. But clearly he was trying to make a point, and I wasn't fully about it. I mean, the traffic is horrendous. And the game was over. I mean, we had it well in hand. It got a little dicey towards the end there. But in terms of the game itself, we had it firmly wrapped up. We were in control for the majority of the time. So what were you guys seeing out there? Who were some major players that you thought really impacted the game on Sunday that made people leave early?
I think Sean Payton was one of them. Kicking a field goal down 2 scores.
Yeah, that was bad.
like who took over this guy? Like who does that? Like Sean Payton's one of the best offensive minds in the game, and I think Nick Sirianni outcoached him and outcoached Dennis Allen, who people were trying to talk about having potentially a head coaching job next year.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, Jalen Hurts. I mean, he was. I mean, we say this, but like he was the quarterback. Like he was the quarterback of that offense. Like it looked like he knew what he was doing out there. He made very few mistakes, and that was awesome. And part of that is because they started running the fucking football again. I mean, like because it takes all the pressure off of him as a second year quarterback, which I still don't even think he's a second year quarterback. He's like a 1 3/4 quarterback right now. He's not even a full second year quarterback, if that. So that's been like my whole mantra the whole year, like trying not to get on him too much. But I thought he looked like a veteran president. And did you see that video that came out today in the locker room? Just like that speech going, oh, it was a fantastic. It was like maybe like a 1 or 2 minute speech like to the team, like while they were in the huddle. He was like, this team is special. Like we got to grind it. I can't do it justice explaining it. You got to watch it. It's on like
I wish you had a producer here to pull it up.
I know, right? Fuck.
Hey, man. Semester's coming to a close. Life comes at you fast. Yeah. It's one of those things. You know?
Yeah. Dude, he's so easy to root for, and he's so much fun to root for, and he's such a good dude, and like you like him, and you want to follow him into battle. I'd follow that guy into like a burning building. Yeah. And it's like, just be good, please. Just be good. Don't let us get hurt. We were supposed to have that hick from North Dakota for 15 years. It was all things were pointing towards that. That didn't end up working, man. I just want a guy like Donovan when we were growing up where I could just be like 10, 12 years. I got this guy and I can trust in this guy. Because I think this guy can actually lead us to a Super Bowl. I don't think they're as far as a lot of people think. I really don't. I think that line is short up. I think the linebackers are short up. Maybe go get some secondary help. Maybe go get another wide receiver threat since Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert are the guys we have. Running back by committee, like I really don't think we're that far away. I mean, if Howie has a 2018 like he had, Super Bowl run, hit on free agents, hit on trades, nothing's crazy anymore. Next year could be it.
That's exactly true, right. That's always been the thing with Jalen Hurts is like we've known, especially after Carson left and we were fully exposed to Jalen Hurts. Like we knew that like, oh, he's got the attitude to play in this city and be the guy in this city for a long time. It's just the question has always been, does he have the talent? And arm talent, I mean, you can debate it. I'll throw it around average, maybe slightly above average, but that doesn't matter when you're playing in the offense that we've had set up for him. We have a head coach that has made an adjustment and is catering the offense to his young quarterback, taking the ball out of his hands. And when the ball is in his hands, he's either making plays on the ground or through the air. And just when you don't make him throw the ball 40 times a game, it's like not only is he making fewer mistakes, he's making fewer mistakes because there's just fewer opportunities to make it. So it's just we were talking about Sirianni possibly being a one and done. I mean, I wasn't advocating for that, but real outlets, very big blue check mark people are like, Sirianni's going to have to go. And I was like, well, let's hold off and see. And at least I held off. And now I see a guy that has kept highly paid veteran players in it, despite being 3-6. You have guys on other teams checking out. You have guys like Fletcher Cox, not Jason Kelce because he's a different breed, but guys that are already making their money. They'll check out if their season looks over. This season looked very over just a couple of weeks ago. And now that we just see this team playing their ass off, and Kyle, like you said, the line has finally shored up. I mean, this is what happens when you have a healthy offensive line. I mean, sure, Brandon Brooks got hurt, but Dickerson slid right in there. And now we can run the ball on anybody. I mean, we took the New Orleans Saints and we ran 200 yards against them. Only team to do it at all. And we've done it twice in the last few years. So we took the teeth out of that defense. We completely demoralized them in the first half by running the ball like that. And it was really something special to watch. Yeah,
here's the thing with Sirianni. Like I agree that I think he's looked a lot better the last 2-3 weeks that we've seen him. But I also think that has a lot to do with Jalen Hurts and his getting better, his like progress in the RPO. He's gotten much better at taking the ball out later and running it himself. He's gotten a lot better at making the read and giving it to the running back and stuff. And that all makes Sirianni look a lot better, which I think should be just in the back of our minds for a little bit there. But I don't want to take anything away from him because obviously he's got to still call those plays, and he's had enough confidence to trust Jalen Hurts when that wasn't working so much earlier in the year. And then now letting him progress and letting him keep doing those plays and stuff. I thought that's been really, really good.
So what do you guys think? Playoffs?
Dude, come on. We can't do this. We had him pick Ryan.
Yeah, we
can't
can.
do this again.
We
Oh
can
my
absolutely
God.
do this.
Why
We
can't we do
picked
this
them to
again?
be 11-6. And then we're gonna pick them to go to
That's
the playoffs
good.
after they're
That's
4-5.
Sam, why are you saying this?
You're in the right. You're in the right there. Who goes in? Who wants to be the Lions and go into a season like before every season? I find 10 wins. I'll find 10 wins. I'll find them.
That's what I do.
It doesn't matter if it's going to happen or not. I'll find them. I'll pick them apart. And if you found 11-6, I love you, Sam. That's amazing. Because like, who goes into a season being like, yeah, they're gonna be 4-12. Let's go root for a 4-12 fucking team. Who wants to do that?
No.
Nobody.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Yeah, you're in the right.
Sam.
Always find 10 wins.
We found him. It was funny because we got finished when we went game by game through the schedule, and I think I had 10-7 and he had an 11-6 or vice versa. I don't fully remember, but especially partially just because I thought it was so insane that it doesn't even matter. Especially in retrospect, we're like, did we really have 10 wins for these guys? Yeah. But looking at the schedule now, and I said it to John Jansen yesterday, and I'll say it again, I don't see a loss on the schedule moving forward. Is that insane? Like, I mean, week 18 against Dallas, that could be a toss-up. That could be a game for the division if they lose 2 games out of their next 6. But we don't get on a plane. This is the Amtrak special from here on out. We're playing New York teams. We're playing divisional games, and the teams aren't that good that we're playing until we get to Dallas.
Yeah,
and they're coming to our house in January, and we run the football just as well as they do.
I'm looking at it right now.
We do.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It goes Giants, Jets, football team, Giants, football team, Cowboys. That's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? How did we finagle
Dude, in
that?
preseason, we said, we were like, this might be the easiest second half schedule ever.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we found ourselves in. And it was funny because the first few weeks of the season, we were like, oh my God, this is the worst team ever. Everyone's got to get, well, not everybody, but people were saying that. That was dominating the conversation. But then now we're like, oh man, we can make the playoffs. It's like, because the schedule is not absolutely brutal anymore. Yeah. And the fact that we're going to have, guys that have been injured, not having to get on planes, not having to fly anywhere. I mean, you can rate that however much.
Yeah. Why is the plane thing a big thing? Is it because like if you have an injury, it flares up or something? You just don't want to go through TSA pre-check? Like what's going on that like planes are a big deal?
Definitely TSA pre-check, I think, is a pain in the ass, especially for these big guys. They got to squeeze through the machine. But the altitude may have something to do with it, but also just if you're going and playing West Coast games, 6-hour flight, 3-hour difference in a week, like as a professional athlete, grinding your body to dust essentially over 10 years of your career. I mean, for the back half of your season, you just get, you get on a nice Biden-funded Amtrak ride down to D.C.
That is
up
true.
to MetLife. It's not bad.
True. They just signed that infrastructure bill. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, man, the upgrades are going to be absurd. And I'm sure they're going to
We love getting political on the Wolves of Broadst.
We do. We occasionally get political. But
so if they go 1-7, well, how many games we got left? What is that? Week 11. We got 6 more left. If they go 1-6 and they're all Amtrak games, then what the fuck do we make about planes now?
No more. No, we got to put the guys on trains and they just go cross country.
Buses.
Like 3 days.
They get the Bolt bus out of Drexel University and they ship down that way.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Imagine Fletcher Cox sitting on a bus for like 24
hey, if it's a nice
hours.
bus, man, get them like a few different tour buses.
Oh God,
just
dude.
really, and make them electric. Do like a whole partnership with Tesla. You'll make an ass load of money, Jeff. I know he listens. I know Jeff tunes into the live show.
God. You're a clown. You don't think we're gonna lose that Cowboys game at the end of the year? I mean, it's home, and they're on a slide right now. But
it'll definitely depend. Yeah, this whole slide on the Cowboys shit, like I don't understand it. Like I know they lost to the Broncos. All right, fine. They just put up 46 points against the Falcons like last week. Yeah. They played against Mahomes in Arrowhead. It's like I'm okay. That defense looks awesome. But the best thing in the world is that like Mike McCarthy finally has a good defense, or the Cowboys finally have a good defense. And Mike McCarthy's going to ruin it. I mean, he kicked a field goal. What was it, 4th and 5 on the 12? It's like you're playing against Patrick Mahomes, dude. You're not playing against Nick Sirianni and the Eagles. That's got to be a 4-down territory right there in second quarter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not ready to throw the Cowboys in the fire yet. But I'm hoping that like they're a weird like 7-4 or not 7-4, but they're a weird like 3rd seed, 4th seed where like the last game doesn't mean anything. They can't get home field advantage, but they can't drop a spot. So maybe we play Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush is 1-0 though.
It's true. But here's the thing. I mean, you look back to the year we won the Super Bowl, that last game against the Cowboys, 6-0, freezing cold. It could end up just being one of those where they've locked up the 1 seed in the NFC, and they're like, you know what? We'll see if we play them in the playoffs, so be it. And we see Cooper Rush, and they hand the ball off, not even to Tony Pollard. They're throwing practice squad guys out there, and we eke out something when it's 10 degrees. And that could be what puts us over and into the wild card. And I mean, here's the thing. We can lose one of our remaining games, I think, and still make the playoffs. Now that we beat the Saints, if we lose one, we can only lose one.
You think so?
I think the wild card spot could be possible. I think it could be possible.
That means putting all of our chips into other teams' baskets, and
I don't like that though. That's why I think we can win out. I do think we can win out with the schedule, because I mean we're playing the NFC East, and
the Heine King is the Heine King. He's he's very Favrean, very Brett Favrean.
He's fucking gritty, is what he is.
Yeah,
he's gritty.
He's so good. I mean, not so good. That was the wrong use of the word good. He can win. He can win you games. Now
the ultimate game manager.
Who tore his ACL on Washington? The second overall pick.
Chase Young.
And what's his name? Montez Sweat's on the IR right now. But like, I still the Heine King, FedEx Field, that shitty turf worries me there. I think they do drop one. I think they split with the Giants and Washington, and I still think they can get in going 4-2.
When was the last time we lost to the Giants? I don't remember. I feel like we've been 2-0 against them. Did we lose them last year?
Yeah, we did. It was demoralizing.
We beat them on the Thursday Night Football game when Evan Ingram dropped that catch, and then we lost them later in the season, right?
Oh, yeah. I thought we were 2-0 against them for forever. I don't know.
No, it was for quite a while, but
it was a very forgettable game, Sam. Very forgettable.
Yeah. The back half of last season, I couldn't tell you. I only remember when we pulled Jalen Hurts, and even then, once we pulled him, I was like, okay, Doug's throwing in the towel. I might as well throw in the towel. Let me see what other games are on right now.
I don't think I remember past the Rams game, and that was.
I don't either, dude. That was such a weird year. Yeah. Like, bleh. No Carson, fans in the state. Like nobody gave a shit.
Carson thrown to the Hawaiian linebacker, and he returned it for a pick six against the Cleveland Browns. That's the last one.
Oh, that's right. Taki, yeah.
That back. That lob pass into the bread basket. Beautiful.
Yeah. That's the last.
I remember. I have a great story about that. I was coming back. I was living in New Jersey at the time with a bunch of my friends from school, just because we didn't want to be living at home for online school. And I signed up for this like Sandlot baseball league because I play college baseball here. I wanted to stay in shape. So I signed up for this Sandlot league that like a bunch of other kids from all different kinds of schools were in. And I was the only, and we played 2 games on Sundays. And I was like, okay, like that's fine, I guess. Whatever. I'm going to miss like some football. I'll just listen to it on the radio on the way back. I was the only catcher on my team. I had to catch for 18 innings.
Shit.
And I came back and I got back just in time. I was listening to it on the radio and I got back just in time for that fucking interception by Taki. And I immediately turned it off. I was like, I'm going to sleep. Fuck this.
Are you playing Connie Mack? Were you playing Connie Mack ball?
No, it was like college level baseball. Like I play Division III baseball.
Are we talking like what's that movie with Freddie Prinze Jr.? You might be too young. Summer Catch. Like he was in like the Cape Cod League back in the day, like the college.
I've never seen that movie, but I thought I've seen a lot of the baseball movies. I guess I haven't seen that one.
That's out like '98. Mike Lieberthal's in it. Where you play it now?
I go to Dickinson College. It's like
love it. I went to Washington College for a hot second.
Did you really? No shit. That's crazy.
Played basketball 100% from the field.
Yeah, I go to Dickinson.
Never missed a shot.
Sam's 100% from the plate.
I'm batting 1,000 in my college career. I'm 4 for 4.
I'm 1 for 1.
We got both Mr. Perfects on the same podcast. We're just now finding this out. Seamus, clip this. Add this to the highlights.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean your slugging percentage, your OBP is probably nuts. My per 40 numbers are insane. We would be like, we could feel that.
We're Centennial Conference. Freaking Hall of Famers.
Yeah. City of Champions. I mean, come on.
That's great. Oh my god,
that's awesome.
But yeah, that interception, like it was just the cherry on top of my day. I was like, I'm exhausted. Come home, watch the birds, and like that happens. I'm like, get this off my screen. Like I'm done. Go to sleep.
Where are you guys on Jalen as like a my guy or like a franchise guy?
I like him. I do. I think he could be the guy. I do. Just because, and I think he's got a lot of room. He's got a lot to improve on. But I think he's got a really high ceiling. And
you got like a comp?
A comparison?
Like not even like a comparison, like a body. I'm a big cross-racial comparison guy. I think that's what we should do. It's 2021. I mean, I don't think we should compare Tyler Hero to like Larry Bird anymore. We should compare like Tyler Hero to like Donovan Mitchell or something like that. If I gave you like Eli Manning, if he had the same kind of career that Eli Manning had, obviously he's 2 Super Bowls, or like even like an Andy Dalton-ish kind of career, where like Andy Dalton for a while was like actually kind of a good quarterback.
Or like Donovan McNabb.
Or McNabb.
He kind of gives me McNabb vibes. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah.
Like, you'd be happy with that, right? Like,
yeah, I would be.
If get to a Super Bowl, get some playoff appearances.
Fringe Hall of Famer. Like, the best thing about him is, and you guys can correct me if you're wrong. Like, actually, I'm gonna pose you this question: what's more important to this city if you're a quarterback, the talent or being able to handle the city of Philadelphia? What's more important to being a star quarterback for the Eagles? You think?
I mean, if you can handle it,
yeah.
But you're just, if you're not good, if it comes down to it and the city realizes that you're just not it doesn't matter how well you can handle it. But I do think in terms of the attitude talent ratio, I think Jalen has the ability to succeed in Philadelphia and genuinely become, because he's still young. He's still developing. Like Sam said, he's not even played a full 2 seasons. He could really become a guy that sticks around for a long time in Philly and that the fans don't hate for a long time. I mean, I'm sure there's a point we'll turn on him. I mean, it always happens. Tales old as time, but it hasn't happened yet. And I'm sure I have a feeling that if he stays on this trajectory and he still carries himself the way that he is, and he continues to improve and work on his game, unlike, some people, then we're going to continue to love him and he's going to stick around for a long time.
And that's where I'm going to take the opposite stance because because it's exactly where I was going, Ryan. It's exactly where I was going. Because you could be, if you're bad, but you have a solid attitude like Jalen Hurts does, like nobody's gonna care. Like you just be like, all right, let's just like get rid of him, and then it wouldn't be a big deal, and then you move on. But now it's a whole fucking thing with this guy with Ben Simmons, and it's like a reality TV show, and I want to kill myself.
Sam, I'm down at the stadium, and I'm like, hey, what do you think of the game? You got Jalen Hurts, franchise quarterback. Eagles look good. Nick Sirianni's 3-1, just a flower analogy. I was like, got anything else? Like, yeah, fuck Ben Simmons. It's like,
no, thank you.
What are we doing?
Dude, I hate that guy. I can't stand Ben Simmons.
I mean, it's great for me, don't get me wrong, but like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
the clicks are just through the roof.
Oh, my God, it's great. But I hate him. And so that's where I stand. Like, I think being able to handle the city helps you out much more in terms of like being bad. Like, I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is bad, but like it's gonna help him. Like if he turns bad, I think it's gonna help him a lot that he's got like those intangibles that Ben Simmons does not have. So I think that looking at it pretty pessimistically, but I think that's a pretty good argument.
I'll say one thing. I love Jalen and I'll ride with him. But if I hear one more, you take a deuce, you gotta look at it and flush it, I'm out. Like I was in the Uber home from Temple. I was at Baxie's on campus, and I left after the 3rd quarter of that Dallas game. And then I saw what he was saying, and I was just like, no. I was like, this can't be real. I was like, a few $2 high lifes too many, and I was ready to just be like, this guy needs to go now, like week 3. But then I sobered up. I woke up the next morning and I figured it out. But I'm content with who we got. Yeah. No, man. Just the analogies have been interesting. But we've kind of figured it out now. I think the team have Sirianni's flower analogy. I mean, I call him Sativa Sirianni because he just seems stoned out of his mind. But I do think the team is behind him, and I do think we are going to make a push here. So, final verdict right here: yes or no playoffs, gentlemen.
Yes.
Sam.
Yes. Playoffs.
Yes. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Beautiful. It's a sure thing. And you want to know what else is a sure thing, Sam?
Tell me.
The quality service at Wide Plank Floor Supply.
What a segue.
Thank you so much. This is going to go right into the doghouse, brought to you by, of course, Wide Plank Floor Supply. Visit their website at www.wideplankfloorsupply. If it's wide, they've got it. Check out their showroom in King of Prussia. They got floor-to-ceiling planks out there.
Whose dad owns this company?
It would be mine.
Yeah, I knew there had to be one.
that would be my family.
Actually, you know
Absolutely.
what? Fuck me for not knowing that, Sam. You look like a carpenter's son.
I'm taking that as a full-on compliment.
It is.
Yeah. Dude, I am terrible with my hands. I had a girlfriend one time. She's like, "Well, do you not want to like ever fix things? Like, no." I was like, "No, that's why I want to be rich enough that I can hire people to fix things, like your father."
Then you should call her, and you should have called her sexist, and you should have said that was gender roles, and it's not okay.
I agree.
Why don't you become a bricklayer, Sarah?
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is they have quality wood for quality prices.
I can't
At White
believe we
Plains
got called out for that. That's so funny. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go last because I feel like you might have mine, but I have a backup. One of you might have mine, so I'm going to go last.
Kyle, I'll let you lead off here. Who you got in the doghouse this week?
Mine's easily Temple football. Ryan, I'm sure you can probably understand this one. Rob Carey has lost the locker room even before they were back. They were back for 1 week from Memphis to Cincinnati. Then Cincinnati rolled on them 52-3, and then they became not back again. Temple football, like there's guys named Iverson now coming out. He was a guy named Iverson. He was supposed to be one of their best players. He's a transfer from Florida. He was a running back, supposed to be, a real key to the offense this year. He got like kicked off the team. Then he's saying how Rod Carey's basically an asshole. Then he was talking about how the strength coach took his headshot and put it in his locker. And every time he opened up his locker, the strength coach's headshot was in there when he was getting his cleats and everything. Just really weird strength coach shit. Like it's strength coaches are so weird. You can't have it. You can't have the Midwest guys coming to a Northeast school like Temple and being able to recruit and being able to connect with the guys and everything. There's a reason why DeJuan Mathis is now in the transfer portal. There's a reason why 5 other key guys are in the transfer portal. I mean, it's just the transfer portal is littered with Temple football guys. And I actually think Temple football should kind of be like a rehab facility for like once promising coaches, like Dan Mullen right now.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Mullen comes up. Really? Right. Like he should come up, win a couple 10-game seasons, get college game day here when we play Oklahoma in like 2024. Go out and move on. Yeah, go out and get a Power 5 gig after that, and let's go. Let's not be a stepping stone. Let's be like a rehab facility for once promising coaches.
That would be nice. That would be nice because it's been getting tiring, just having quality guys. Like I mean, Matt Rule wound up in the NFL.
See, you weren't there during the prime years, were you?
No.
See, I was. It was awesome. Like honestly, like Temple, Notre Dame, like a top 10 sports moment of my life. Like 10 sacks against Christian Hackenberg. So sad. Top 10 sports moment of my life.
I was at that game.
That game was awesome, wasn't it?
That was incredible.
Yeah.
And I love the Temple fans. Like they stuck them up in the corner, just going absolutely nuts. And
exactly. And you can build off this because if you don't know, like if you didn't know, like half the city is run by Temple grads in sports media.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Temple football can be good. They should go independent, blah, blah, blah. Basketball should go back to the A-10 or the Big East or something, but that's a whole nother conversation. John Rothstein's pushing that right now.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Good one.
Temple football absolutely belongs in the doghouse. I had a weird moment on campus. I saw a guy, I mean, I didn't recognize him, but he was wearing like all Temple football sweats and backpacks. He had a guy on the phone. He was like, I don't know, man, but he's going in the transfer portal. And I was like, who could he possibly be? As I'm walking to the train, and I'm just like, holy shit. But I didn't say anything. I was like, maybe I misheard him. But then people are left and right ending up in the transfer portal. I'm like, oh my God. It's absurd, man.
That's great. Oh, Ryan, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, man. In the doghouse this week, I've got number 92 for the New Orleans Saints, Marcus Davenport. I mean, I don't know what you think you're doing, but you're not doing it. Simply put. I mean, I mean, not a late hit out of bounds on Jalen Hurts. Not a hit, but definitely a not cool shove. We'll classify it as that. And of course, Mailata gets up in his face, and then they keep going back and forth the whole game. And then he eventually picks a fight with Mailata. And I'm just like, dude, I don't like this isn't like Roman gladiatorial games. Nobody wants to see anybody die on the field today. Like we all want you to go home safe and be healthy. Yeah. I don't need like my left tackle to have blood on his hands. But that easily could have happened if things continued to escalate. And he kept laughing. He kept laughing like it was funny. And I'm like, dude, your life is at risk right now. You do not understand. Like he's wrestled alligators or crocodiles. Crocodiles. He's wrestled crocodiles, I'm sure. So I think he can deal with the guy. And when another thing I love about Davenport, he's like 6'6", 260. Yeah. And Mailata's 6'8", 360. So he's got 2 inches and 100 pounds on him. He's like, yeah, I'll fight this guy.
Yeah, that's great.
No.
That's like the Morris brothers trying to fight the Jokic brothers. Like
That was crazy, man. There's a song in Serbia called "My Father is a War Criminal," and the Morris brothers want to fight those guys. Absolutely not. It's just not going to work out well.
I never will fight a Serbian just because I saw War Dogs with Jonah Hill. Serbian anger is a different type of anger.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. How awesome was it? They didn't call a penalty on that Lotta Davenport stuff. They just let the boys play. That was awesome.
That was football right there.
Yeah,
that's what football should be.
But then they threw the flag on that roughing the passer, and then but then we got something great out of it. We got a new Philadelphia legend, whoever that I don't know her name, but it's new. It's a new clip that we can all use. So like
her name's Mare.
Her name's Mare.
It's Mary Kate. Yeah,
Mary Kate.
From Havertown.
Okay, Mary Kate from Havertown. That's so great.
The old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Dude, for some reason, the Northeast and Delco love hyphenating the first names.
I don't know what it is.
Everyone, Mary Pat, Mary Kate, Mary.
I got an Aunt Mary Ann.
Ellen.
So
Mary Ann. You from the Northeast too, Sam?
Well, no, I grew up in Derby.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. The Delco Northeast. Our producer has joined. The Delco Northeast beef that I see semi exists is upsetting to me because I'm like I feel like there's a lot of commonalities that could be found, but
they're kissing cousins.
Exactly, and it's like why are you guys beefing? Like you guys are. I think it's because it's like looking in a mirror. And
like you like little brother, big brother. I don't know who little brother. I don't know who big brother is. I would not want to be little brother. I'll tell you that.
No, if you're the little brother in that relationship.
Oof.
Oh,
anyways, I'm gonna do my doghouse now.
Do it.
I'm gonna go with neither of you said mine, so I'm gonna I had to keep the backup in my back pocket, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go with Glenn Macnow. I'm gonna go with Glenn Macnow for absolutely predicting wrongly the career path of Darius Slay, and then Darius Slay absolutely sticking it to him by standing up in front of the whole crowd and giving a nice are you entertained? Are you not entertained? That was perfect. That was awesome. 2 pick sixes in 2 games. Are you kidding me? That's exactly what we paid for. Let's go.
He's going to be an all-pro.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Which is wild.
Mm-hmm. Not what people expected. I mean, I expected him to be shut down, maybe Pro Bowl nod, but he's legitimately one of, if not the best corner in the league. And I mean, people like to talk about Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
He turns the ball over a lot, but for every pick he gets burnt. I've never seen Darius Slay get burnt. I personally haven't seen it. I've seen him get mossed a couple times by elite receivers in Devontae Adams and DK Metcalf, but I've never seen Darius Slay be made to look a fool on the football field.
That's a good point.
I've just never seen it, and it happens to corners every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
I mean, we have so much tape on that.
Oh my God, Bradley Fletcher alone.
Byron Maxwell.
Toast.
Human toast? Yeah, the human toast.
I'll never forget after one of those games, Byron Maxwell at the podium, and it's just a piece of burnt toast Photoshop back there. Yeah, man. I think I mean Macnow definitely fumbled the bag on that one.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did.
He just was like, you know what? Let me bank on every DB ever in Philadelphia being bad. I'm like, you can't. It's not going to happen every time, right? It can't be
the law of averages, right? Like, come on, we got to get one at some point.
It's like ESP with the starting quarterbacks.
Yeah, oh my God.
Oh, ESP.
He started on that guy, man.
Rage.
So
much rage.
He's one I forgot about, right? He's been a doghouse mainstay for a while, along with Gabe Kapler and Klentak. I think ESP is right. I think ESP is right up with the two of them.
He's close. Yeah, it hasn't been a while just because we've had positive things to talk about and other people to be mad at.
Yeah.
But I mean, if this Eagles team keeps going and he starts telling people to pump the brakes, I'm not holding back. Don't tell me to pump the brakes, you son of a bitch. Don't tell me.
I feel like his finger hasn't been over the new codes lately. I feel like he's kind of taken it back a little bit because he went so full gung-ho on Carson Wentz. And I feel like he was like, I have to at least let this one blossom.
Yeah, he's like, let me take a moment.
Yeah,
and let me. Yeah. It's like betting and winning money, and then betting it all away. It's like you can't do it. You're like, all right, I got this one. Let me hold back and let me assess the situation for a bit. Let me not lose it all.
The thing is too, where it was like, man, Elliott was right this whole time. You know how easy it is to talk about first round draft picks being busts.
Yeah.
Like quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
More first round quarterbacks are bust than they are working out. Look at Baker Mayfield. That guy might lose out on $100 million this year. Not that he's a bust or anything, but he's also got a torn labrum. But like, we thought he was. Some people were crowning Cleveland Browns Super Bowl champions before the season even started. It is so easy to say a quarterback's not going to live up to his second overall pick grade.
It's true.
You're right.
You know what else is
Jared
easy,
Goff.
Sam?
Jared Goff. There you go. It's perfect. Hey, you see what happens when Jared Goff leaves L.A.?
Oh man,
that was terrible. That was terrible.
Is Tim Doyle, whatever the fuck his name is he that the worst quarterback to ever start an NFL football game?
I don't even know who that is.
See, there you go.
I think it might be.
He played at UConn and had negative 122 rush yards in his college career.
Huh? How did he get an NFL jersey?
That's an anomaly.
Probably like a Dan Orlovsky thing where he went to UConn and Dan Orlovsky probably vouched for him to the Lions.
Oh my God.
It works, terrible. Man. I mean, you got to play your connections. That's what football is all about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think you guys got wide playing floor supply to sponsor this thing?
It's true.
There you go. It's all about who you know.
Speaking of wide playing floor supply, this has been the Doghouse, brought to you by Wide Playing Floor Supply. Visit their website at www.wideplayingfloorsupply.com. Get a recommendation for a contractor, get a quote. Wide Playing Floor Supply. If it's wide, they've got it. That ad read has never gotten old. It is my favorite part of the show, and it always will be. I
just noticed this thing in the banner. Carpets are just one large community sock.
Oh my God. That is
noticed that.
That is
how long has that been in there, Seamus? Oh my God!
Seamus probably just added it. He had an interesting.
Oh, he just did. Okay, that's good.
I love that.
He plugged Wide Playing Floor Supply on Hinge, and it got him a match. We'll make it.
No way.
Yeah, when it works, man.
That's all about who you know.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. So good stuff. Do we have to talk about the Sixers now, Ryan?
We do, Sam. We do. It's been tough. It's been a tough West Coast trip. It doesn't matter in the long run, though. I mean, it does, but. We have seen some bright spots, particularly, of course, Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
I mean, he's won James Borain's Sixer of the Week for like a month straight now, it seems like. He had to change it. Yams had to switch it up today. And we made him switch it because it was going to be Tyrese Maxey again. We were like, no, it has to be somebody else. But that's how good Tyrese Maxey's been. I mean, he's been like a most improved player kind of guy. He's been a legitimate NBA point guard. I mean, maybe he doesn't have to be a point guard his whole career because he is more naturally a two. He's just such a talented scorer. It's almost a shame to shackle him with playmaking abilities, or responsibilities, but he's making it all work right now. So I really been impressed. How you guys seeing Tyrese so far this season?
I mean, he's put the weight of the world on his shoulders. I mean, like you go from having like Ben Simmons, like the number 1 overall draft pick as a point guard. And then you go to a second-year player. I love how sometimes Philadelphia sports just line up perfectly, and just because now we have a second-year quarterback and a second-year point guard, both killing it right now. And I think that's that's great. And like you said, I don't think he needs to be a point guard for the rest of his career. If we get a blue chip point guard down the road, we can easily move him over and he can still do his thing. Like it's not going to be detrimental to his career. So I think that's a really good pickup. And we've been saying this for forever, Ryan. If we didn't have COVID, yeah, there it is. Sam Glavine, Sixers expert.
It's a good breakdown.
If we didn't have COVID, I'm telling you, he would have been a top 8 pick because he would have had an NCAA tournament to prove himself. And we wouldn't be talking about Tyrese Maxey right now. But the fact that we got him at 21 is a freaking miracle. I don't know how that happened.
A lot of weird things went into that. Mike Muscala hitting that 3 at the end of the season too to get us that pick. Yeah, so a lot of weird things.
Mike Muscala.
He's Tyrese Maxey could be a top 5 athlete in this city. Just the personality, just the ultimate just good guy. You want to behind probably Hurts, Embiid, Bryce Harper. I don't know anybody on hockey. I don't really follow hockey, so you can throw in a 4th, and then I'll put Tyrese Maxey 5th.
Konechny, how about that? Bam.
Yeah, he's fine.
Hockey's
a good player.
Sure. Cam Atkinson, if he puts up 50 goals this year. He's been launching though in the last 7 games. Tyrese Maxey, 17 shots a game. I mean, he's doubled production year over year. If you look at his numbers, man, and I think it's field goals attempt, field goals made, points, steals, blocks, assists, just double. I mean, obviously he's playing 20 more minutes a game than he was last year, but I mean, to put that on your second year point guard, 35 minutes a game when everything is going on right now with, one of his, like him and Ben have the same agent. The COVID stuff and everything. I mean, I think people forget since it feels like Joel Embiid hasn't played in like 20 games. We were 8-2 and beat the second team in the East, the Chicago Bulls, twice in the same week. I mean, this is a good Sixers team. And the fact that like Ben Simmons doesn't want to come back and play when everything that Markelle Fultz was supposed to be is what Tyrese Maxey is, and he could play Ben Simmons could play the nice like Draymond Green spot where he doesn't have to do much, doesn't have to shoot much. He can set, screens in the half court. He can facilitate in the open on the fast break and the open gaps. Like, this is, I can't believe he doesn't want to come back and play. Like, just take your lumps. Take your lumps early. Sam, even you. If they went on a 4-game win streak and Ben Simmons is playing pretty well, Joel Embiid comes out and says, "Hey, Sam Glavin 06 tweets at you. He goes, "Hey, Sam, give him a second chance."
Only if Joel Embiid asks me.
Right.
No, but nobody else. Only if Joe asks me. That's it.
Yeah, man. It makes no sense really, because you take a look at, the first couple years of Ben's career, did we do a great job of building around him? No, but we didn't fully know what we had. But we've really, in the last few years, especially last year, even this year, you just take a look at the team construction. It's built for a guy like Ben Simmons to slot in perfectly. We have a 7'2" guy that can hit threes at a 35 to 40% clip. That most teams don't have that. So the whole idea that he would have to, this team would benefit his game so much right now. Let Tyrese score. Let Ben facilitate. Get Joel's ass down on the block. Kick him out to the corner every once in a while. This could be a really good team. And what's great is that it already is without Ben Simmons. It's a really good team. It's a playoff team without Ben Simmons.
Championship contender with him, though. That's the sad part.
That's the part. That's the thing, is that this team is better with Ben Simmons.
Cancer.
But only if Ben Simmons wants to be there, and if Ben Simmons wants to be great. And there's all these questions, and people are right to question whether or not he wants. He obviously doesn't want to be there, but you can also question whether or not he wants to be great, because this is really the best situation for him, I think, in the league, probably, for him to be in, and he doesn't want to be there. It's like, Sam, what more do you want?
Have you seen the dickhead shirts down at the link that they're selling?
Yeah,
awesome. I feel like you need one.
I think I need one too.
I
gotta get down to the link first.
I feel like you need to come back for Dickinson one weekend. I know you guys are in Bumblefuck or wherever the hell you are.
Yeah,
like come back down. Carlisle. Yeah, and get a Ben Simmons dickhead shirt and put that to use. They're beautiful, man. They're crushing it down there right now.
I think that would
top sellers, man.
Hey, Seamus G and Ryan Conway, Christmas is coming up. Just throwing that out there.
You make a good point, Sam. I'll keep my eye out. I'll check the
Christmas is a coming.
Yeah. And don't say you don't have any cash on you, because they take Venmo now too. All right.
They do.
You sandbagger.
Oh my God! No, that was like the best excuse in the world. Oh, sorry,
it's gone.
No cash.
Just wait until homeless people start taking Venmo. Then you're all fucked.
Damn it! That's the worst news.
Yeah, man. That's modern technology for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what society's becoming.
That's meta. That's what meta was about. Let homeless people get Venmo. In an alternate universe.
That's Zuckerberg's final vision.
Yeah, and then sell all the homeless person's data online to other.
Oh yeah,
and then they become homeless again.
Yes,
it's a whole cycle.
It's a whole cycle. It's like trading places
to enrich one man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's just keep talking Sixers here for a second.
Yeah, I guess. That's fine.
So Joel Embiid might come back later this week, but in the meantime, we've had some quality minutes out of the young Charles Bassey, who we picked like in the 50s. I was like, all right, that's a nothing pick. This doesn't mean a damn thing to me. And it took forever to get him signed. I'm like, what the hell is he holding out for? Just signed an NBA contract. He got drafted like 53rd. But now he's come out to play, and I'm like, okay, we might have something here. We might have like another Tony Bradley type player that, we could have a young third big man off the bench, give Andre Drummond
good for him.
and Joel
Bet on
yourself.
Support. Good for him.
Bet on yourself.
Yeah,
do it.
Good for him.
I mean,
Love
I don't
that.
know if he ended up folding. I don't know what the rule. Like, I don't know the whole story, but I mean, who saw that coming? Who saw fit? I mean, we drafted a guy. What was it, like 30th, 29th? Jaden Springer, whoever the hell that kid is.
I don't know.
I mean, and he's not seen a lick of playing time. But Charles Bassey,
We got
picked
Matisse in the
50
second
something.
round. I don't know what number pick.
No, we got him like 22nd overall.
Oh, I thought he was in the
first
second round.
No, he was not.
Oh,
no.
Shit.
I mean,
sorry.
that's the thing with the NBA is like once you get out of the lottery, it's all pretty much the second round.
I get you're
feels
more
like
often
it, yeah.
than not.
It's over Boston, which was really nice.
Oh yeah, that was great. And it was the Carson Edwards. Like,
yeah,
I didn't want a 5'11" scorer from Purdue.
Yeah, like Romeo Langford, I think was in that one too, or something like that. Yeah.
Oh God.
Any Sixers player that pisses off Chris Heck. I don't know if you remember this. Charles Bassey was the first one to leak the Sixers Spectrum uniforms. Any Sixers player that pisses off Chris Heck is a friend of mine. So
Absolutely.
I love Charles Bassey.
That's great. I didn't know that he leaked it. That's so funny.
He leaked the Ben Simmons Spectrum jersey. Yeah, it's like on a Snapchat.
That was like before he signed, I think. Either that or like right.
See, I was wondering if that was like why he wasn't signed. It's like, hey, you're a fucking idiot, and you're like not even signed right now, and you're like leaking goddamn Seamus says bargaining tool. Added a couple
Leverage.
zeros. Yeah. Like, I will leak these jerseys. And then Chris Heck on the whole marketing campaign, like he's like, oh man, just wait, couple days till we leak till we put these out. And it's like, is he an idiot? Does he not have social media? Like, we all know what it looks like.
Yeah. Like just post it at that point. Just figure it out. Like, and I get you have like a whole thing that you were planning on, but sometimes things don't go to plan, Chris. Sometimes you just got to adapt.
Nowadays. Everything's a marketing campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why can't it just be a cool jersey?
Yeah,
people are going to buy it.
Are people going to Popeyes for the Megan Thee Stallion sauce? I haven't gone to a Popeyes yet for the Megan Thee Stallion sauce.
I haven't even gone to Popeyes for the chicken sandwich yet.
I haven't gone for the Travis Scott burger.
Oh my God. I saw that. Somebody showed that to me. I was like, that is one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, they use the meat of everyone like a pummel at Astroworld.
Yeah, man. It's limited edition. It's selling for like triple, maybe even quadruple on StockX.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Those resellers are brutal.
Yeah, man. Jeez. Ugh. What's up, Ryan? Do you still like when we get NBA? I guess Kyle too. I don't know. I usually just ask Ryan all these Sixers questions because basketball is like my least favorite thing in the whole world. So I'll ask both of you. Where do you, with Embiid coming back within the next couple of days? Do you think we see a significant uptick in the wins and then maybe a couple spots up in the projected seedings for the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. I've been so checked out when he's not in. It's just
it doesn't feel like I'm the same way. Yeah,
it doesn't feel like real basketball. It's like, okay, we're playing Portland, but it's like we're playing Portland minus Embiid. Or I think we played Portland earlier this year, and I was kind of checked out. It was like we lost without Tobias, who was in protocol. Embiid was out on a back-to-back. Ben was obviously out, and then Danny Green got hurt mid-game. So it was like 4 of our 5 starters weren't even in.
What are we doing?
It's like this is shitty basketball we're watching. Do you remember last season? The back half of the year was the worst. That was the worst basketball season I've ever watched in my entire life. It was just no fun, no good games. No one was playing because there was all these back-to-backs and whatnot. And everyone knows basketball season doesn't start till Christmas.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan.
It's Ryan and shit. Ryan and Seamus both know that I checked out as soon as
Ryan. You can tell me I'm fucking wrong. I can take.
You're not. No, I actually got yelled at on Twitter by some rando because it was the Jazz game. And it was the Jazz game, and I tweeted out, it's like, even with like my new Sixers City Edition beanie came in the mail. Love it, it's great.
I heard they're tight on the head.
They are a little tight on the head, and I got a big fucking Pollock.
You got a
courtesy
fucking
my
melon,
father.
dude.
So,
yeah.
Well, stop putting it on your cock.
I was saying on Twitter, man, I was like, I can't get excited for these games. Even with the Sixers hat coming in the mail, I can't get excited. And some guy was like, oh, you're the worst kind of fan, man. You're the worst. Oh, I get excited to watch my team play any night. And I replied, I'm like, I'm sorry that I'm not excited to watch the 2011 Mavericks without Dirk. It's essentially what this team is right now.
Right.
It's just like there's no star power. And I love Tyrese. And like Charles Bassey's a fun young guy to watch, but this isn't the process anymore. I'm not watching for development. I'm watching for wins. And when we're not putting a team out that can win on a consistent basis, I'm going to watch because I have to talk about it. I don't want to look like a fool when I talk about it to the tens of people that tune in. but
As
I don't
tens
want
turn into
to.
hundreds, turn into thousands, turns into millions.
Yeah, man, that's the beauty of base 10 numbers and multiplication, all those beautiful things.
Compound interest.
Yeah, man. This show's paying for itself, I'm pretty sure, is what that means.
No, but you're exactly right. It's just, you know who also hates like watching the games? People who cover it. Like, you think Colin Newbeck loves watching Kings Sixers tonight? 8 minutes from now, when we get off this, like I'm gonna watch it. You're gonna watch it. We're gonna hate watch it. We're not gonna.
Yeah.
It's like watching something with your girlfriend, like on Netflix. That, like, it's like I really don't want to watch that stupid Zoe Deschanel show that every girl watches with the roommates and stuff. And help me out here, Sam. I know you watch it.
New
Dog,
girl.
I don't even. You lost me at
New girl.
girlfriend.
New girl.
I don't
Thank you,
know.
Jesus. I thought New Girl pulled really well in Upper Darby.
Yeah,
They loved it.
Not
Yeah,
for
they
Darby
loved
either. It's Darby Township.
Sorry,
It wasn't-
sorry. Hey, what do you think
Different
Condoleezza Rice and the Manning brothers are talking about today?
Israel.
Is that the weirdest guest that's ever come on?
It
It's
has to
gotta
be the
be.
weirdest because
Yeah.
they've had
What
like
is Condoleezza Rice
athletes.
going to talk about?
I mean, she's been in the running for the Cleveland Browns. Was it GM or head coach position? Apparently, that was a
Yeah.
weird tweet that came out. It's like maybe Condi Rice is just
Yeah.
like a baller like that. Like maybe she really knows football. Like I don't know.
Yeah, what's her and Peyton going to do? Talk about, like, I don't know, putting projectiles on unsuspecting minorities' heads?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. There's definitely like a drone strike conversation. It'd be
Yeah, it's
funny
like-
if Eli corners her and asks her some tough questions about Iraq. Like,
It's like, did you know you lied to the American people back in 2001?
turns into a 60 Minutes interview. Peyton and Eli grilling her. Good cop, bad cop.
I'd watch that.
The American
kidding me?
people want to know, actually.
Yeah. Colin Powell just died. Do you think he deserved it?
Do you think he should have?
Yeah.
Do you think it should have happened sooner? Condi, please, your thoughts. Did you order the hit, Condi?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Did you ever find those WMDs?
Oh no.
Sorry, Sam.
Oh.
No, this is
Oh, my
great.
God.
I just am so out of touch with everything you're talking about. I got no idea. So
We like to get political. So it was great. Sam was talking about one very specific aspect of the Rittenhouse trial a couple weeks ago, but was like, bear in mind, I don't know any of the facts. I just know one thing that I found odd. That's all I'm saying.
Sam,
Well,
that's called the internet, Sam. You watch one
well-
video and you just tell your opinion about it.
Dude, well, I saw this thing about the prosecutor saying, I don't know if you saw the highlight video, but like it was he used
Coming to you now on NBA on TNT, the Rittenhouse trial.
Dun, 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 dun,
But-
dun.
the prosecutor trying to bring on the fact that Rittenhouse played Call of Duty as like evidence, and I'm like, is that really that's what you're gonna use?
Of all the
See,
things.
When I was growing up, it was where's the one where you can like beat up hookers and steal cars? Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
That was the big one when I was growing up. It was Marilyn Manson, Eminem, and Grand Theft Auto. That was the reason why school shootings were happening. Now it's Call of Duty.
Now it's Call of Duty. Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah,
That's why.
I couldn't get on board with that.
Little spoiler alert: there will be one Rittenhouse comment coming out in the video tomorrow. There was a good amount of Rittenhouse stuff at the.
I'm sure.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
shocker,
sure
right?
everybody
Yeah,
will
there's some.
watch it. Yeah,
There was some Rittenhouse stuff going on. Pro and anti Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Pro and I
More
hope
pro.
I hope you'll tell both sides.
Yeah. I will be objective. Oh, I had
Fair
global
and
warming. I had Rittenhouse stuff. There was some other stuff. I'm like, what are we doing? We just watched a 40-22 win, 29 win. Like, we're talking global warming.
Yeah, man. When Eagles fans after a win, it's not. I mean, we'll celebrate, but it's on to the tougher issues. Like now it's on to what we put aside for this game. Now it's time to talk politics. I mean, is an Eagles tailgate not essentially a meeting at the UN? Are they not essentially the same thing in terms of intellectual capacity? Yeah. I would say so.
I mean,
somebody's definitely falling asleep like Joe Biden was the other week. I mean, God, dude.
Jetpack Joe. Yeah, I had the new one is Go Brandon or whatever that was. Let's Go Brandon one. There's a couple. There's one going to be in there. It was kind of funny, so I'm going to keep it in and whatnot. But yeah, I'll tell both sides. Yeah, I'll just find some woman with purple hair. I'll get her next time in the video. I'll talk to her about her job at Starbucks.
That's great, dude.
It'll make for some great content. You said it's coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll call it tomorrow. Hopefully around like 9 a.m. After I get off the show, I gotta do the third edit.
Perfect. All right. Well, I think that was going to do it for the
Yeah, we'll
program.
just
Make
let
sure
you
to
go
check
do
out
that,
the
I guess.
video on YouTube, on Twitter, at Everything's Fine. There's not a second E in the everything, right? On
Twitter does not let you do over 15 characters. I found that out the hard way.
Bastards. So there's
Yeah.
no second E on Everything's Fine, but you can find him also on his personal account at Kyle is Fine. Great brand synergy there. And make
Yeah, it
sure to
was
check out the
great,
YouTube
yeah.
video. I mean, I'm gonna get this episode up tonight. So I mean, if you're tuning in on that Tuesday, it's up. At any point you're listening to this, if you're not listening live, it's up. Make sure you tune in. And also, just real quick, because I have to plug it, it's contractually obligated. Enter the money zone with us and use code Wolves69 on the Parks Casino Parks Sportsbook app. You get a risk-free bet up to $500, so you might as well just put $500 in and bet it on the Sixers money line. Because if you lose it, you get it back.
Yeah. It's like free money.
Worst that
except
could
it's
happen.
not, you know?
It's basically free
It's like
money.
credit.
It's site credit. You can't take it back.
You're gonna use it anyway. Like,
gonna-
just sign up.
What are you going to do? Not
Yeah.
gamble? That's
Yeah.
insane.
If you laughed once during this podcast or you learned something during this podcast, put in Wolves69 Parks Casino code, please.
Wolves69
There you go.
Parks Casino. And
If that's the case, I don't think anybody's going to be using it.
Fuck
Yeah,
sign up, motherfuckers. Sam, give them the sign off.
All right, thanks so much for listening to this episode. We had a very special guest today. Definitely go follow him at Kyle's Fine, at Everything's Fine. He does a great thing over there. It's a great follow on Twitter. I love those videos where you go around the parking lot and just talk to drunk Eagles fans. I think that's the greatest idea anybody's ever had. But you do it right. I'm sure like people have done it before, but you do it right. Like it's good.
Thank you.
It's the voice of the fan. He's got his finger on the pulse of the city.
The check is in the mail, Sam. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and then make sure to follow both me and Ryan at Sam Glavin06, at Ryan Conway 76, at Shamelessly SG, the producer behind the glass. Follow all the social media accounts on Wolves of Broad Street, at Wolves of Broad ST, Seamus G. Oh, buy a shirt. Seamus G. Closes down.
Buy it.